Hi and welcome to Arthouse Reproductions and Inkjet Lab. I'm Mark and today I'm just going to show you how to prepare an image with a mirror wrap for printing on a canvas. So we've got our image open here now, and typically when an image opens it fills the screen. We want to make life a little bit easier for ourselves to do this, so let's just make it a little bit smaller in the box there. First thing you need to do is make sure your rulers are turned on. Go up to View, Rulers. Make sure they're turned on and make sure Snap is turned on. That makes life easier too. Grab onto your ruler, drag down two guides, one to each edge of the image there and then onto the sides. This will make life easier, as you'll see later on. We've got several different size stretcher bars that you can frame your image. This image has been prepared as a 60 by 40 size. 60 by 40 centimeters, that's the finished image that we want on the front of the stretcher frame. So that's our starting point. It's important to get your image size correct before you create the mirror edge, because the proportions change as the image size changes. Next step is to create a larger canvas for us to work from, and the instructions on the website tell us that if we're working with a 32mm deep stretcher bar, which is the most common size for an image of this size, we need to add 4 centimeters to each side of the image for the image wrap. So typically it'll open like this, and your canvas size, you can change this to 8, or if you've got relative ticked, this will add 8 centimeters to the overall size of the image, or 4 centimeters on each side, as you can see, 4 centimeters per side. Next step is to select your rectangular marquee tool and just click and drag down here and select an area that's a little bit wider than the area you want to paste into. You don't have to be super critical here. As long as it's wider than this area, we're in business. Change to your pointer tool, go to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. In doing this, we create a new layer. You can also use Command or Control C, Command or Control V, depending on whether you're Mac or PC. Create a new layer with a copy of this area here. Next step is to go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. Drag this over and just let it snap back to this edge. The reason we've done it a little bit wider here than this is so that it actually sits off the edge. That's fine. Next, go to Layer, Merge Down, or Command E, Control E will flatten our image. This just makes life easier for us as we go along. Once again, take a selection on the other side, Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste, pointer tool, Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. Move this over. Command E will flatten that, and we're just working our way around the image, copying sections that are now becoming our mirrored edge. Slide that up. Now just be careful that you're actually lining things up properly. You'll notice that if you've got Snap turned on up here in View, if Snap is turned on, then the image will snap into place, and that's important. Layer, merge down, and our final edge, come down to the bottom here, Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste, Edit, Transform, flip vertical in this case, and slide that down and snap it into place. Layer, merge down. Okay, so now we have our mirrored edge. Now in some cases you'll find that you might have some funny little bits, like I notice a bit of the radar here and a little touch of the boat here. If we turn our guides off, Command H or Control H will turn our guides off. We'll be able to see if there's anything that might be a bit tricky around on the edge of the canvas. And this little fella here doesn't really worry me, but if you wanted to remove it, number of ways you could do that, but very simply you could just clone it out. That's a pretty shaky sort of a job, but that gets rid of it. So now we're back to here, Command H, let's turn our guides on again for the final stage. We need to add a little bit of white canvas for the staples to hang on to. So if we go to Image, Canvas Size, and simply add 2 centimeters here, try 2, there we go. So now we've added an extra, we put 2 on there, but we've added 1 centimeter to each side. Final step in the process, just enlarge this up so that you can see where we're going. Up into the corner to start with, choose your line tool, set it for 1 pixel. Black is fine as long as it's anything other than white so that we can see it. And just draw a 1 pixel line on the guide here. And when you move over to the next one, if you hold down your Shift key, it will put the second line on the same layer, shape layer over here. If we go over to the other corner now to draw this, and my finger is off the Shift key, and I draw the line, it creates another layer. If I leave my finger off the Shift key and draw that, it creates another layer. But if we come down here, I put my finger on the Shift key and draw another line and another line, and our final 2 lines, you'll notice that we haven't added any more layers. Those lines have been added to existing shape layer 3. Final step, flatten your image. And what we have now, Command H will turn those guides off. You can see we have a 1 pixel line in the corner. This is used as a guide when you're stretching the canvas, or when we're stretching the canvas. It helps us line up the edges when the canvas is turned face down and the stretcher bar is sitting on top of it for stapling. So there we have it, a mirror wrap on a 60 by 40 centimeter canvas, and simply save this now and send it off to us for printing. Thanks. If you've got any questions, either give me a call or email me, mail, mail, @inkjetlab.com.au.